Hi all, welcome to my channel. In this video, we'll show a simple hands-on exercise where we use Terraform tool for launching an EC2. As you know, Terraform is an open source infrastructure as code tool. You can use Terraform instead of CloudFormation if you like. You can use Terraform to create or destroy cloud infrastructure. The Terraform script is written in JSON or HCL. HCL stands for HashiCorp Configuration Language. Okay, let's start with the Terraform exercise where we will use Terraform script, Terraform configuration file to launch an EC2 instance. I'm inside a Cloud9 environment which I created. I'm sure all of you know how to create a Cloud9 environment. So I'm already in a Cloud9 environment. Now we have to check if Terraform is already installed here or not. And it says Terraform is not found. So our first task is to install Terraform. For that, you have to download the binary file for Terraform installation, and then you have to unzip it and move it to the correct path. Okay, I have downloaded that into my Cloud9 environment. Now you have to unzip it. By the way, I will be including all these commands as part of my cheat sheet, which will be given in the video description. So I'm unzipping it. Just do ls. You can see the unzipped version. Just move that into the proper path. Sudo mv terraform user local bin. Spelling mistake. Yes. Now you can remove this terraform zip file. And now if you do terraform -v, it should show you the version which it is running. So Terraform 1.8.2 is running. Now what do we need next? Terraform tool is available. Now we need a Terraform config file which can create an EC2. So let me create a file here. So before you do that, it is better you create a directory called Terraform or any other name and then change it to that particular directory. And then create new ec2.tf. .tf is the extension which is required, and you can copy the code which I will include as part of cheat sheet. Okay, so this is the code for creating EC2. You can see the provider name, or this is the provider block where we say it is AWS. Terraform can be used with other cloud providers as well. So you can change the provider name there. Then profile equal to default means the default credentials which you are going to use for executing this task. So in Cloud9, when you open it, there is a default profile. You can use that. Region is US East 1. You can specify anything, but just ensure that if you are specifying any other region, the AMI has to be valid in that particular region. So that is easy to find which AMI is valid in a particular region. You have to go to EC2 console and change the region and then try to launch an instance. And then when it reaches that stage where you have to choose the AMI, it will actually list the valid AMIs. You can use any of that. So this I have already selected from that EC2 console page. Then EC2 instance type T2 micro, you can choose anything, and tag. If you want to give any tag name, this is the name which will appear in the EC2 console when you log in. And the resource, this is the resource block, and the resource name or the resource type is AWS_instance, which means that it is an EC2. In Terraform terminology, it is called AWS_instance. And this is the name given to that particular resource in case if you have to refer back to this resource inside this Terraform config file. For example, if you are creating a key pair first and that key pair has a name, and if you have to use that key pair in another EC2 creation, then you will use this particular identifier. You can save, quit, and now you can execute it. But the first thing you have to do is Terraform init. When you do Terraform init, it will create a folder called .terraform. Right now it is not there, but it will create one once I do Terraform init, and then it will download some useful libraries into that particular folder. Yes. Now again, if you do ll-art, you can see that it has created .terraform. So you can go inside and see there will be many files which it has downloaded. Now we are not going into that. Now let us see if you have to format the file. If there is any issue with the formatting of the file, for example, let me just change the format of the file a little bit. For example, you can see that these two equal to signs are in the same column, right? This line and this line. I'm going to just move it to change the format of the file. So I did save, quit. Now I'll do Terraform format. So it says it has formatted new EC2. If I open new EC2 again, you can see that whatever formatting changes I had made, it is corrected. So that's all. Terraform format, then Terraform validate. It will tell if there is any issue with your code. Yes, the configuration is valid. The next step is you have to create a plan in which order it will create the resources, etc., etc. But here in this case, there is only one resource. So it actually gives the details of the resources which it is going to create. Many of them it says it will be known after you create the resource. AMI is already known, but many things will be known only after you create the resource. But some of these instance type, etc., you have already specified. So plan is also fine. Now what you can do is Terraform apply. This is the one which will actually create the EC2 instance. So if you go to your EC2 console, there is this Cloud9 EC2 instance. Other than that, there is nothing else. But once I apply this Terraform config file, it will create another new EC2 instance here. So Terraform apply. So it is now creating the EC2 instance. It will show the status here. Enter a value. Do you want to go ahead with this plan or not? I'll say yes. It is creating. Just go to your instances and refresh it. You can see that, Unus Terraform EC2, it is in pending state. Basically, it is being created by your Terraform config file. It will take up to some 30 seconds. It's in pending state. Yeah, so as far as Terraform is concerned, it is created, but here it will take a few seconds more. It is already in running state. Now, how do I delete this? I can delete it manually from here, but what is recommended is you delete it from here itself. To delete this EC2, you can issue this command called Terraform destroy. So just issue that command Terraform destroy. So it is asking confirmation. So I'll say yes. And if you go back to EC2 console now, it was showing running, but if I refresh it, it will say shutting down. So you can see that. So this was a simple exercise to show how Terraform can be installed and how can you write a Terraform configuration file, and once you complete the configuration file, what are the steps to be executed before you can create resources using Terraform. And once you create the resource, if you have to terminate it, how do we use Terraform destroy command to terminate them? Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please try to execute it yourself and see if it is successful or not. I'll come back with more useful videos. Please consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you. Bye.